Doing these shows live, it's just so fun,
It is
because
a
it's
good
just
time.
like it's in real time.
Yeah.
David Lamb, Ani Lindenberg, and we've been joined by the legendary, the one, the only, Scott Minshall of Your Voice, Your Station fame. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. That's a very kind introduction. I don't know how true it is.
Oh, it's true, isn't it?
It's very true.
Oh, Minshall gets it done.
I told him I'm going to put him in my will. He's
you
not
should.
even my biological child.
We have thought about, responsible things, and your name does come, like the person to pursue.
Yep.
Yeah, you would be great at that. I wanted to have you in because, first of all, you're doing incredible work with Your Voice, Your Station. Those stories, sometimes they make me so mad or they make me so sad. So I thought we need to have you in just to get to know you. So what's your story? So you've been here now for a couple of years in Birmingham?
Yeah, so I've been here for about 2 years. I grew up in New Jersey originally. Went to school up at Northern Michigan University, which is like in the middle of nowhere, Michigan, basically. And this may be a dumb question to ask you guys, but are you guys aware that Michigan has two peninsulas? We have the Upper Peninsula and Lower Peninsula.
Yeah.
The Upers.
Exactly. So the reason why I asked that is I didn't know there was an Upper Peninsula until I went to school up there.
Okay, I was like, you knew when you lived there that you realized,
When I applied for college up there and everything and actually moved up there, that's when I kind of actually figured out there's two peninsulas to Michigan. Right. Went to school up there at North Michigan University, like I said, very small journalism program, which actually was beneficial. I had 4 kids that were also journalism majors in my class, which helped out because you would think I thought, hey, maybe this will be a negative thing because I don't have many kids, but it actually helped out because at the same time I was in school up there was a CBS station that was launching. A station lost their affiliation. Another small broadcast group called Lilly Broadcasting came in and bought the affiliation, and they launched it and launched newscasts and everything. And so they need to hire a bunch of people in a remote area like that. They hired a bunch of college students. So I was able to get anchoring, producing.
You did it all.
Everything up there, and kind of do sports broadcasting, which I thought I wanted to be originally, and then I was able to fall into investigative journalism up there because we had free reign. And then my news director up there was a guy named Scott McDowell, who used to be the assistant news director here, which is when I was looking for a job. Scott, that's Market 183. So Scott was like, hey, I think you're ready to take the next step. Let me know if you ever need anything. And he was like, I got a great station in Birmingham. Let me introduce you to a guy named Rob Martin, who is our news director here. And kind of worked out. So I've been here for 2 years. Never lived in the South before, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I really do love Birmingham and the area.
I had you have to point out something that I did not know, and David Lamb told me this. Fact or fiction, were you a college athlete?
I was college. Well, all right, college athlete stretch.
I'm just saying the conversation I heard about. You were a college. Did you get NIL money? Was this like
No, so I was on the Northern Michigan University sailing team.
Sailing team.
So
Serious.
saying athletes is kind of a stretch, I feel like, in that situation.
He was clearly an athlete. You lettered.
Yeah. We were a club team, so we would travel around the Midwest and the country going and sailing at schools. Yeah. So we sailed little tiny sailboats, and then so we would all hop in a van, drive to believe it or not, Iowa was one of the places we went, which you wouldn't picture for sailing. We went to Michigan.
It's always windy there.
Exactly.
So it works out well.
It does work out very well, but it was cool. The best part about that was being able to go to the University of Michigan and University of Wisconsin, and Navy would send their 3 or 4th tier team.
Right.
They
would still smoke.
Yeah, they'd still kill everybody. It'd be 3 laps behind. We'd
these
be
guys are
the boats.
good.
Yeah. But it was very fun. It was more of a social activity, I'd say, but it was awesome.
Now, do you come from a family of journalists? What drew you into this line of work?
No, so not at all. So my mom is a stay-at-home mom. My dad is a electrical. He works for a salesman for an electrical engineering firm. My brother's a landscaper. My other brother is a mango salesman. He works for a fruit sales company.
Mango salesman, come on.
I'm sorry, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, he works for a fruit distribution company. So they sell stuff to Publix or Walmart. They do the distribution, but. No, my grandparents, nothing was really journalist. I would say what kind of pushed me into it was my school district back in New Jersey was very good. They had very good journalism programs. So from elementary school to middle school to high school, I was able to be live on our school newscast every single day. And it's just another opportunity where I feel like I've had throughout my life so far where I kind of fall into things at the right time where at that time in the school district, it was before stuff was going on YouTube, which now they're a lot more strict about what you can do.
Yeah.
Back then it was just closed circuit TV, so they kind of let us do whatever we wanted. So I was doing like I wouldn't say good investigative journalism, but I was doing investigative journalism back in high school, like looking into stuff. Like my friends would be like, hey, you know, why is this happening? Or they're cutting this club. So that I would go and ask the principal. And I found out back then that people aren't going to always like the questions you're asking, but it's important to ask those questions to try and get the answers for people. Because in this industry, as you guys know better than I do, we can really give people a voice and get answers about stuff.
Yeah.
And you do that. And,
you do.
And your stories are, I, as an anchor, live for the stories because I love the storytelling. But you are taking communities, people in communities who can't get answers for problems, and they're at their wits' end, and they'll call in or email you, and you're able to go do the legwork for them and help them. And that's a powerful role that you're playing.
Yeah, I think that the reason why YVYS has been successful is because of the team that we have here at CBS. Like, you guys know both very well that if I do have a story that I'm working on, I will ask everybody about it. Like, I'll go to you, David. I'll go to you, Ani. I'll go to Sherry. I'll go to Carly. I'll go to Rob and be like, hey, I've never done this before. How do we do this? Which I think really kind of makes it all help and allows us to get answers for people as best as we can.
Yeah.
And solutions.
All right, so we're showing some video of you in some of these stories.
You do. Really walk.
I love the walk.
You're on the go in all of these.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. This is great. I love this story.
So what stories that you've done have stood out to you?
There's been so many. One was a more serious one was the Jefferson County deputy who was under the influence of alcohol and crashed her car into a person. That story stood out to me because we were able to I think to this point, we're still the only TV station or any type of media outlet to talk to the family of the kids that were hit by this deputy when she was driving through the road. And being able to give them a voice to be able to talk and be like, hey, this impacted my life. We haven't heard anything from anyone about this. We want people to be aware that this had real effects. I think that was kind of eye-opening to me because I was looking at someone who is going to be living with this for the rest of their lives.
Right.
I mean, their kids were very injured and are still recovering from that. And it wasn't getting that much attention. And then we were able to bring a video out, and still we're the only ones with the video of the actual crash, which, you know, you hear drunk driving crash, that sounds bad. But when you see it, it kind of changes your perspective of it. Because the video that we had, you know, the deputy almost hitting a school bus. You saw how fast the car was going and just how violent the crash was. So that one definitely sticks out. More recently, we just did one about a firefighter with Parkinson's that really stood out to me.
Got us. We were watching that on the air,
that moved
and
us to
both were
tears.
just speechless.
Yep.
Of that, because just a heartbreaking situation. You were trying to get help for him, right?
Yep. So actually, I have an update for that.
Oh, do
I
you?
can share. Yeah. So
Here?
I just checked that. Yeah. I
Here
can
we
break
go.
some news here.
Good.
So HB 466, which is the bill that came as a result of that story, and so it was the quick synopsis of it was it's a bill to add Parkinson's to disability cover for firefighters.
And your story was on a firefighter who has Parkinson's and can't work.
Yep. And he doesn't get any disability.
None at all.
And very little of his they don't get Social Security because the way firefighters are set up in the city of Birmingham, and his pension he only gets about a third of it because Parkinson's is not an on-the-job injury. So
and Parkinson's based on possibly exposure to chemicals that firefighters are exposed to.
So there could be a link.
Yeah, I mean, his wife has done very extensive research on this, and there's almost certainly a link, according to her, between his Parkinson's, because he doesn't have any family history of it. But breaking news is that HB 466, which came as a result of our story, has now passed through the House and is moving on to the Senate committees, which is farther than this bill has been proposed a few times before. Never made it out of a single committee. Now it's made it out of the House committee, the House floor, and it's moving on to the Senate committee, where Senator Marika Coleman, who is a representative out of Bessemer, a senator out of Bessemer, has promised us time and time again that she is going to make sure this passes through the Senate. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we see that bill get moved out of committee this week and onto the floor this week.
Would that apply to him then?
Yes.
Is it retro?
So it is retroactive, but their battle will not be over once that bill passes, which we'll do a follow-up with them once it passes, because his wife and him will have to go back in front of the city of Birmingham in court and make a case as to why the city of Birmingham should reinstate his full benefits, which I don't think will be a problem for them. I mean, we've had talks with the fire department and partially with the city, and the city has been very supportive to him so far. Their problem was their hands were like legally tied to be able to not give him the benefits that he deserves right now.
Yeah, but that's talk about opportunities to what you're doing to impact lives. That's one right there that does that. All right, so we've got 2 or 3 minutes remaining. I want to give folks, if they have a story that they want you, they think they've been wronged, like you get emails and calls all the time, right? There's no reason to be nervous about saying, hey, is this something? You will let them know, right?
No matter what it is, please let us know. I mean, I will always get back to you too. I make it a point to respond to every email, every voicemail. If you send an email to us, I feel like we deserve to give you some type of response. Now, we can't promise that we're going to do every story, but please, no matter what it is, email us. And something I always else like to say is that it's super helpful. Any documentation, videos, photos, as our boss Rob always loves to say, we're a visual medium, so we need to be able to visualize this stuff. So, for example, we did a story a few months ago with a woman in public housing who was having a lot of issues with the way her public housing was and getting results for getting things fixed. She had great videos of like rats and everything around her apartment. That's what prompted the housing authority to make change in that story. Was me going there and me saying that there's rats in someone's apartment is not as powerful as just being like, look at this video taken.
So the phone number, the email address.
Yes. So it is yourvoice@cbs42.com. And give me a second on the phone number.
Yeah. And Scott's, while he's looking that up, he's not, it can be awkward to confront people, in a public setting and ask difficult questions, and doesn't bother Scott. Scott's going to get there good answers.
You are a great advocate for sure. And you can just go to the website, cbs42.com also. We have a link there for Your Voice, Your Station. Makes it easy if you want to email.
Yep, it's right on it. So the email is yourvoice@cbs42.com, and the phone number is 205-488-4128.
Yeah, and you do answer. I've heard you. I've heard some of those emails as well. You having fun?
So far, yeah. I mean, I really like it down here. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to think about the city of Birmingham, but it's I guess pleasantly surprised is what I'll say about Birmingham. There's so many different pockets of Birmingham that you can explore. I live downtown, so I've gotten kind of the city experience in a way, so it's super nice. And I've taken a bunch of your restaurant recommendations, Dave.
There are good places to eat in Birmingham. That is a fact.
Yeah, I think my mom is watching right now. We went to El Barrio the other day.
Mama Minshall.
Really?
I was telling her the backstory of El Barrio. She loved that place.
It's just delicious.
It is. Yeah.
El Barrio is a good
first
choice.
Trip here?
No, this is her second trip here.
Okay, she came, but she's come down because of you. Okay.
Yeah, she loves, the two places she loves are now El Barrio and Peach Park down in Clinton.
Peach Park.
I'm obsessed with
That is a variety, and I love that.
Mama Minshall has good taste.
I bet she liked the big water tower down there,
did.
too.
Oh, yeah.
That's always fun, too. Picture by the peach. Yeah.
Scott,
we love your son, by the way.
We do.
If you're watching,
and he's doing a great job. You're a great gift to us here. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
You're doing an awesome job, and if you have an issue that you can't get resolved, Scott gets results. I promise you that. He's going to get folks to respond.
We'll get some. Don't know if it'll be the best answer, but we'll get some answer for you. Yeah, we'll get something. Yeah.
All right. Scott, thanks for the time.
It.
Ani,
it's a pleasure to be invited in here.
Let's get together next week. You want to?
Let's do it. We should do that.
Have a great weekend, everybody.